fall. So here we go again. It's a race to cut ties. The mental hopscotch has got us feeling.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to World 101 Podcast. I'm your host, the Chocolate Dunder, Eddie V, with a stuttering problem right there. Joining me is my good friend, the Red Nordic himself, our Red Velvet Big Papa, Mr. Larry Giver.
I'm so Nordic, I get a cameo in the new God of War.
And I know what you're talking about, too. And our West Coast correspondent is back from his secret assignment. Everybody, please welcome the Greekazoid himself, Mr. Tony Zilakakis.
What up? So good to be back.
Now, ladies, I'm just going to give you a warning. If you need to go change your panties from his lovely voice, go ahead, stop the podcast, pause it, and go change.
The Greekazoid might be one of the best screen names ever. You need to make that official for every account that you have.
Greekazoid?
You know, it's funny. Okay, so because I was thinking of what I'm like. Okay, I don't want to say Gyro, because I'm like
Gyro,
Gyro, Guru,
Gyro.
Kojima.
You gotta roll your R. Roll your R's.
But I was just like, Greekazoid. I'm like, that sounds cool. So we got the Caramel Connecticut Adrian Nieto, who couldn't make the show, but that's his nickname. The Red Nordic or Red Velvet Cake, Big Papa, Larry Giver. Now I gotta add the Nordic in. And then I'm Chocolate Dunder. I'm supposed to be Chocolate Dunder from Down Under, but I think I'm gonna say I'm Chocolate Dunder with Wonder.
Oh God!
With wonder.
So, but everybody, E3 is over. We have survived, and this is World 101 Extra Episode Expo. So what was everybody's highlight? What was the thing you were looking forward to? And, out of what actually showed? Oh, for me, The Last Guardian release date and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And that was it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Breath of the Wild was probably the biggest thing. The thing that got me the most excited from everything that I saw.
Right on. Like I said, I didn't get to see as much of Breath of the Wild as I wanted to, but I've read a bunch on it, and I'm looking forward to it. There were a couple things that jumped out at me, though, that I wasn't expecting, that I kind of thought, ooh, that looks pretty. I want some of that. But we'll get into that.
Yes, we will. So we're probably going to just be talking about the main, or rediscuss the main conferences, Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony. Tony, let's get your thoughts. What you think of Microsoft?
That was Mondays, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, I watched theirs on Monday, and when the show was done, I didn't see anything too exciting, but I was thinking like, oh man, maybe I should get an Xbox One. The game that I was looking forward to the most to see off of Microsoft's was Scalebound. And they had this awesome, I think was it a gameplay or was it just a trailer?
They had gameplay for Scalebound.
Yeah. It
okay,
was
what I watched...
4-player multi.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because it was showing off the co-op. And I thought like, oh my god, I really want to play this game. It looks so awesome. It looks like so much fun. And then that character put on like headphones or something, and awkward music started playing that didn't really fit what was going on, and it really just turned me off on that one.
Yeah, it wasn't the music for me. It was him not shutting up.
Yeah,
that drove me nuts. But I mean, his mouth aside, Scalebound still looked awesome. It looks like it played like a lot of fun as long as it comes with a mute button.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just about to say. Yeah. Other than that, not much else really caught my attention too much.
Did you check out Recore?
Recore is which one?
That's the one they showed last year being worked on by the X-Retro folk.
Yeah, and Keiji Inafune. It was that girl
Oh.
and the dog.
Yeah. The robots, right?
Yes.
That game does look cool.
I was
If
sad
I-
they weren't showing gameplay. At least not at the show or at their conference.
Yeah, they just showed a bunch of it was like introducing the robots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all that's all I saw at least. Maybe I'll keep an eye on that game too.
What do you think about Project Scorpio?
Oh, don't get me started on all that stuff. Not
Yeah,
yet.
go ahead. Express.
No, I just seeing all the because they're coming out with an Xbox One Slim first, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And then Scorpio's after that.
Yes.
It's somewhere on
next
the
year.
horizon.
Did they specify exactly what's the difference between, or like what it makes Scorpio so special?
They did, actually. And I was actually reading an interview earlier this week, too, that talked about it a little bit more. And basically what they're getting at is, the Slim is out there to be a slightly juiced up model of, what the Xbox One is now. But Scorpio's out there for those that are on the bleeding edge of, entertainment. They've got their 4K TV and everything. And it's there to be able to actually render everything in 4K high def instead of just outputting and upscaling. It's actually rendering in true native 4K. So it's there for those that want it, but it's not anything that you're obligated to at that point. I think the other thing is that they're looking at it as making sure that they've got something that's hardware capable of running VR down the line.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's not a requirement by any stage. And, I think VR aside, you're not going to get cut out from any games.
They kept saying, everything that's been released or will be released is going to be usable for any of the Xbox Ones, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, they kept saying that, I remember.
Yeah.
I probably won't care too much about Scorpio. I'm not big on, I don't need anything super flashy ever. The Slim is probably the one that I would shoot for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think they realize that, too.
Yeah, because I don't think the 4K is in a lot of people's home. Like, I feel, I don't know, it may just be me. I think it's still not available for a lot of people to buy. Like, even if I go to Walmart, I don't really see a lot of 4K TVs being sold or even displayed at their stores. So maybe by next year, or maybe by Black Friday, a lot of the prices will come down, and they'll be pushing more for 4K.
Maybe. If not this holiday, I'm sure we'll start to see it come down by next. I don't know if it's time for it to really, if they can hit that break point where it becomes mass marketable. So, I could be wrong.
Anything else, Tony, from Microsoft?
From theirs, no, not really. I don't think I saw anything else.
Okay. What did you think of the Gears presentation?
Oh my god, yawn. I was so just waiting for that to end. I do not care about Gears of War at all. Nothing about that seemed special to me or attracted my attention or made me even think like, oh, maybe I should get into this series now. Nothing.
Okay. Were you glad they didn't drop no kind of car for Forza or do anything kind of special like that?
That was the exact same thing as freaking Gears of War. I was just, all right, next trailer, next game, what are we going to talk about? Because I'm not big on racing games, so, yeah.
What do you think about their Play initiative, a Play achievement, where if you buy the digital version on the Xbox One or Windows 10, you could play vice versa. So it's like kind of like cross-play, cross-buy.
I guess that's kind of cool. That's something I wouldn't get any use out of. I'm already not big on Microsoft, so even though I have a 360.
Well, let me ask you both of you guys this: do you think it's going to cut into Steam sales?
I don't think it will cut into Steam sales. I think those that were going to buy it on, the Windows 10 platform will, continue to do so, and they get an added bonus out of it. I don't think anybody that, was going to buy it on Steam is going to suddenly go, oh, I have to get it on Windows 10 instead. There might be a few that go, well, I've got an Xbox One too. That means I don't have to buy it twice if I want it here and here. But I think for the most part, those that are buying on Steam are looking to play it on their PC. And don't give two craps otherwise.
Exactly what Larry said.
And
he's always right.
I wonder if it's just only for first party, because I don't think. Did they say anything for third party for it? I don't think so.
I don't think so, and I think part of that might have to do with the fact that they can't necessarily mandate that third parties participate in their cross-buy program. So, if it's a Microsoft published, they can say that we have the rights to this. We choose to, offer you cross-buy. But I think they might have a hard time talking other publishers into essentially giving away an extra copy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of them might get on board with it and might see some benefit, which I think would be great. But I don't think that. I think that if they tried to mandate it, it wouldn't bode well for them.
Okay. Then we shall see what happens. So let's move on to Sony. Tony, what did you think of Sony?
Sony's was cool. After I watched Sony's, I completely forgot about the idea of buying an Xbox One. There was a lot of VR in theirs, right? A lot of first person. I remember Call of Duty, Final Fantasy.
The tail end of their conference had most of the VR stuff, but it didn't seem to really dominate the show, which I was really happy about.
Actually, before we get into VR, I'll tell you the coolest part was when, I don't know what this guy's title is at Sony, but when he was walking across the stage and you see that his shadow was Crash Bandicoot's shadow.
Oh, yeah!
That was the coolest thing that I saw in there. It's probably my favorite thing.
When I seen that, I'm like, I groaned. I literally
really?
groaned. Yes. Cause I'm like, oh, I'm like, are y'all really going to bring back Crash Bandicoot? I'm like, oh, please don't do this. And then when
why not? Why not?
I mean,
Crash, great.
Crash is a whore. They treated Crash Bandicoot like a sex traffic worker. Just passed it around to different developers and publishers, and I'm just like, really? I'm like, are we really going to do this to a character? Like, I don't know. Now, Sonny the Hedgehog is a whore himself because of how many games and changes that Sega did with that. But
we're going to get to that too because of, when we get there.
Yeah. But Crash Bandicoot, I'm just like, you've been to almost 3 different developers, or I think 2 publishers, because it was a Naughty Dog. It was
game. The first 3 games and the racing game. I think were all Naughty Dog.
So how did a Naughty Dog game get sold to another company, like a third party? Like, who does that?
I'm not sure what happened to the rights to that, but I
don't know how it
I'm
works.
excited that we're getting a remaster of the first 3 because that's the heyday of that series. Those were the best games of that series. Were those first 3?
Those are the ones that people always talk about.
Yeah. So
and
why
the
would you
racing
not
game's
get excited? They're bringing him back and they're prettying him up.
They're putting him back as a respectable character instead of being lost in time like he is right now.
But see, he was the mascot of Sony Games. So why, I don't
Edward, don't you want to see a commercial again of Crash outside of Nintendo's office in Seattle?
Just
with a megaphone.
Look, I'm going to go on YouTube and watch the Legend of Zelda commercial for the Game Boy and listen to the rap again.
Oh my god.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, go on YouTube and watch the Legend of Zelda for Game Boy, and you hear that rap. Shoot, I used to bump that mug loud too. Every time it came on, while Power Rangers was on, I used to cut the TV up. I was just like, Nintendo was so hip hop and so cool. I was just such a nerdy kid. I'm a nerdy adult, so nothing's changed. But yeah.
Uh,
I'm excited for that. As a matter of fact, there's a copy of Crash Team Racing in the PlayStation 1 demo kiosk that is in my daughter's nursery right now.
Nice.
awesome.
It's in there when she was first born, a week or so after, when my wife's mom was staying with us for about a week and a half. We were working in the nursery, and I was taking some time out, and I flipped it on, and I sat there. More accurately, I stood there, and I played Crash Team Racing for like an hour on that thing.
That's awesome.
That's so nice.
I loved Crash Team Racing.
Hell yeah. Yes, and it still holds up really well.
Yeah, and I feel like Crash Bandicoot, like that gameplay, kind of evolved into what is like now. What is that game? Temple Run. You know?
Oh yeah, like the Infinite Runners.
Infinite Runners. Yeah, it's
But
like
see, Sonic the
that's
Hedgehog
what I
2
feel like
was
it came from
doing
Crash
that.
Bandicoot. Sonic 2.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
When
Oh,
went
are
to
you talking about the bonus
world-
stages from Sonic and Knuckles?
No, Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Oh,
When you went to the when
with the
you
half
went
pipe.
to- Yeah,
half pipe.
when you went to the bonus things. I mean, it had that style, and then pretty much Naughty Dog took that style and just made it, as a level playing that way.
Yeah, I can see how you. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's fair.
And
Okay.
Sonic, and look, I 100%ed those games, all 3 games, and it only took me 3 days, and I don't want to redo all of that
Crash
again.
Bandicoot?
Yeah, I 100%ed each
It's
one.
only another 3 days.
Huh?
It'll only take you another 3 days. You're fine.
Well, I had school. I had to go to school. Yeah, I 100% it. I 100% it. When I did Crash 2, I had hurt my foot playing volleyball, so I stayed home from school, and I was already like 30% done. And when I finished the game, it was about 4:00 in the afternoon. Yeah, I was too good at platformers. What else? What else did you think of Sony's showcase?
What I wanted to see was the FF7 remake, something else. That wasn't there at E3 at all, right?
No,
Not that I saw.
And neither was the FF12 remake there at all?
no. Right now, they only announced it for Japan, so it's not coming to America just yet.
What? Isn't the trailer, though, that I saw... I thought I saw the trailer was for America. It was in English and everything.
It might be, but you know what? They probably released another one. I know a lot of people were saying that it was just only for Japan first, because we never got Zodiac Age.
Yeah, we didn't get Zodiac. What is it called? Zodiac Job System or something like
Zodiac
that.
Age.
No, like the original re-release of FF12 has like a weird title. I have like a bootleg copy of it.
It's a Final Fantasy game when they don't have a weird title for their or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, that title, Lightning Returns, still sticks out to me. Lightning Returns, where the fuck did it go? Who missed it?
Yeah.
Seriously, I didn't know it left.
Let's see. God of War. I thought that was a really good start to their show.
Oh, God, yes.
When he came out of the shadows and you just hear the crowd just like, "Whoa!" Yeah, that was cool. It's kind of weird though that he's like walking around with his son. I didn't play God of War 3, so I don't know exactly what happens at the end of that one.
Yeah, I have.
I assume he just kills
never
everyone.
finished it.
I finished it. I know what happens. The basic gist of it is he's left the entire, god structure of Greek mythology destroyed. He's off basically all of them, and he releases the last thing that was in Pandora's box, which was free will. And so, that was his gift to the people, and basically walks away from it all. from what I gather, I'm kind of inferring as to what happened between the end of God of War 3 and the beginning of the new one, is that, he's gotten his vengeance essentially on the gods for dicking with his life and taking away his family and all that, and goes out and moves, basically moves out of Greece and starts a new life. Takes a new wife, has a son and all that, and I'm kind of under the inference that his wife had passed at this point, and it's just him and his son out somewhere in Norse mythology, and going from there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of the inference that I was led to believe. But yeah, there's really no tie, from what I can see, to the first 3 God of War games, aside from the fact it's Kratos, and it seems like they're not rebooting it. It's just, here's a new chapter in his life.
Yeah, and you don't actually have to know about the rest.
Right, and it's not. That's a smart way to do it.
Yeah, that's actually pretty
I wonder
good.
if they're going to add it as a 4, or if they're going to put it, put a subtitle to it.
They might.
They're probably better off putting a subtitle, I think.
Yeah.
Because he didn't even have the Blades of Chaos in it at all, right?
No,
they were unbound from him, as I recall. Once he he finished out everything. Yeah, I believe at one point, I think from the second game on, they were no longer forcibly bound to him. That he chose to have them at that point, because they then became the Blades of War, I think, or Blades of. They changed at some point at the end of the first, beginning of the second, to where it was no longer forced upon him by Ares.
Okay.
Anything else?
Let's see. I thought that there was something else.
Resident Evil 7.
Oh.
Spooky?
That game, I played the demo already. It just feels like they were trying to copy kind of, what was, PT? Like they were kind of trying to copy PT. Yeah. And I don't know, when I played the demo, I wasn't scared or anything of it. Although I guess for some people, maybe it's a return to horror. Because that's kind of how they're commercializing it, right? Is like what they're saying. They're finally returning it to horror.
I haven't seen much on it aside from that little preview that they had in the press conference, but I do agree with you. What I saw felt more Silent Hill than Resident Evil. It felt a little more cerebral thriller than zombie killer.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, it didn't feel. I wasn't surviving in the demo that I played. I was just, I don't know, looking for a key in this house that's kind of filthy.
Right.
That was pretty much it to me. And then the other game was what's the? I can never remember the name of this game. It's the one where you play as this girl and there's robot dinosaurs and stuff.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah, Horizon.
That game looks awesome to me. I really want to play that game.
I'm so with you on that shit.
It looks good. I'm definitely getting it in February. I'm just concerned about this story because that trailer last year that I seen, I'm like, why? Just why?
If you guys aren't watching the chat, I think I may have a surprise for you shortly.
I'm getting notifications.
Okay.
Yeah. What did you think about Detroit Become Human?
Become Human. Is that, which one is that? Is that, what's his name?
It's one of the androids.
One. Oh, is that the one? Yeah. That's the the decision-making game, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That game, it might be pretty cool. It might be more fun to watch than to play. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I feel like I'll end up watching someone play it on YouTube or something. Like, what's that? What was that game where the kids are up in the mountains and it's all butterfly effect?
Until Dawn.
What is it? Until Dawn. Until Dawn. Yeah, it reminds me of that game where it's just all these decisions you're making will determine, how the plot plays through.
And they're making Friday the 13th game.
Oh, really?
Yep.
God, why?
Why? They have a trailer out. If you look at the trailer, you'd be like, yeah, this is Until Dawn. Like, from graphic style to even the frame rate, just the way that it looks, even with some of the characters. I was just like, yeah, this is like Until Dawn, too. But it's because you get to play as Jason.
You play as him?
Yeah, you play as Jason, so you're killing the victims.
That seems like it'll take you out of the game.
Well, if you can look at the trailer.
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out after. Yeah, so I think that was all that I loved from Sony's. If you guys have any, remind me now.
Death Stranding, Hideo Kojima's new trailer.
Now it was exactly the same as the trailer at the end of PT. I watched it and I just don't understand it, so I can't be excited or disappointed or anything. It's just there.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Cool that they kept Norman Reedus.
Look who I found.
Hello.
Yay!
What's up, man?
Sorry, I'm extremely late.
That's okay.
At least you're extremely here.
Everybody, please welcome our Caramel Connexican, Mr. Adrian Nieto.
That is the worst nickname ever.
Oh, it's not bad.
It is so terrible, though. How are you guys doing, eh?
We're good. We fucking miss you.
I know. I miss you guys too. Let's talk it through. Though. What were you guys talking about? You guys were talking about Death Stranding.
Yeah.
That's the Kojima game, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, what's up with the trailer though? It's so weird and enigmatic, and I have no idea what's going on, and I don't care.
It looks exactly like a Kojima game. It's like, the fuck's happening? I don't know, but it looks neat.
Yeah,
it'll definitely. I'll keep an eye on it.
All over.
And what's more entertaining about this trailer is that people have been making so many memes when he's holding the baby, and they just been replacing it with the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Wii U box, and other stuff. We will be putting other stuff in it, Photoshop and other things. That's been the funniest thing that I've been seeing.
I think we are not allowed to talk about this game, though, without talking about that walk-on. I'm sorry, that was one of the coolest fucking walk-ons ever.
Oh, you mean the Michael Jackson?
Yeah, the fucking red carpet. I've got a disco carpet thing going on.
Yeah, and then what's the first thing that he says is, "I'm back."
Hell yeah!
Yeah,
that was great.
He totally walked onto that stage like a boss, owned it.
For sure.
Yeah, I gotta agree on that. He I was very happy when he said "Oh, I'm back" and stuff like that. It's oh man, you totally deserve getting this recognition. But then the trailer started playing, and it was a game by Hideo Kojima, production by Hideo Kojima. I was all right. Death Stranding by Hideo Kojima. All right, yeah, that's one too many now. I know your name is important, but not to have it 7 times on this project.
And it might just be me, but I don't know why Norman Reedus in that trailer looked like a creator character from the SmackDown vs. Raw games for PlayStation 2. I was just oh my goodness, this character model does not look good. And then I thought the trailer was about to go into a House of the Dead game, because I was just wait, what's that that's going on? It was just so weird. I'm okay.
Yeah, it was a very weird trailer. Kind of reminded me of like The Matrix or something.
A little bit, I could see that.
Yeah, I can see it too.
It felt weird, but it kind of felt weird in most of the right ways.
Yeah.
It felt weird in the uniquely Hideo Kojima way.
Yeah,
Right.
it was very Kojima.
My opinion towards like the trailer and Kojima back, it is exactly how I feel about Crash Bandicoot. Like, I didn't grow up with it, so I don't really care, but I'm super happy for everyone that is excited about this. This is for you, for the gamers, so like kudos to you. You're gonna enjoy this game. You enjoy that Kojima is back. Like, I personally don't care, but I'm happy that you're happy, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. Any thoughts, Adrian, about the Sony conference? You talked about The Last Guardian, Horizon Zero Dawn, Detroit Become Human. We didn't touch on Days Gone or really much of the VR stuff. But any other thoughts from the Sony conference?
I don't really have one. It was I was glad that Sony had, like, game after game after game after game after game. That's excited for gamers all over the place.
Oh God.
I didn't particularly care for it though. Like, from all the things they showed, only Spider-Man really struck to me. Because again, I'm a big Spidey fan. So when they showed the new trailer, I was like, "Oh man, that's really cool." And I think Tom Holland is also doing the voice for this game. If not, it's a guy that has the same voice as him. So that was really exciting. And I was like, "Man, I'm super down for that game in particular." But everything else, I didn't care for, sadly.
And
Speaking of,
go ahead, Tom. Go ahead, Larry.
I was going to say, speaking of voices, anybody notice the change in voice actor for Kratos?
No, I'm not a God of War fan.
I tried to. I wanted to say that it was someone different, but I didn't want to, officially say that was what I was thinking.
It is. I think that they went a good direction with that, though. I think that they found somebody that has that same tone, just aged up. And I think that was the absolute way to go.
But was it a black voice actor for the first 3 God of Wars? Because he sounded black for some reason.
Yeah, that's what I always thought.
I don't know. I would have to look that up. That's a good question. Shit.
Do we know for sure that he's Kratos though? I thought he was, because it takes place in a new.
Yeah, it's Norse mythology. It's still Kratos.
It's still Kratos.
Okay.
Because the red scar that's on his body, you can still see him. They're just a little bit faded.
Okay. Yeah, I
he
wasn't
just
sure.
went backpacking around Europe.
I will play that game. Kratos just backpacking across Europe with a Mickey Mouse backpack, and he's just super excited to be out of Greece.
Oh no, it's not even a Mickey Mouse backpack. He's totally got a hobo with the knapsack on a stick.
On a stick, yeah.
Did you just Tom and Jerry him there?
Full hobo hopping trains and shit.
Did you just
Eating
Tom and
the
Jerry him?
beans.
I can believe Tom
Yes,
and...
I
I
did.
would probably play that game though.
What did you guys think of the Batman VR or Farpoint? What did you guys think of anything of that?
Batman VR looks stupid.
Yeah,
Did you like the voiceover?
I can't imagine that would be fun. Yeah, Mark Hamill is always doing a good job.
Yeah, of course. You know what? Of all these superheroes, I don't think Batman will be the way to go for a VR game, sadly.
Yeah.
That was. No.
I don't know. The Arkham games are so action oriented that if you take that out and put it on VR, I think you're gonna hurt the game. To be honest.
And, well, what did you think of overall for Sony's conference? Adrian?
I'll give it like a 7.8 out of 10. Too many games.
Oh, no such thing.
Too many
No,
games,
you
you
know
think,
what?
huh?
You know what I didn't like about it? It's like all the trailers they show were like just trailers, right? It was like what, 2 gameplay demos only for God of War and Horizon, but
And
everything
Days Gone.
else was just yeah. But Days Gone is a generic shooter with zombies. We have a lot of those. Honestly, I don't even know what they're bothering because let's face it, Dead Rising 4 looks a lot better than Days Gone.
Was that not gameplay for that Call of Duty one where he's like in space?
Yeah, that was
I
gameplay.
thought it was.
Yes,
That game
that's
looks awful because it seemed like how is he even identifying what he's like grappling to and stuff?
It's called a.
Oh,
I
seems
saw,
like
I
so
saw
hard
like
to
a
play.
little, I saw like a little sphere appearing, like attaching to items or objects on the world, and then with an LR.
Oh, like command prompt.
Yeah, exactly, basically, yeah.
Yeah,
But you know what? Like Call of Duty is a super fast-paced game. Why would you take that to space? It's so slow in comparison.
I'm actually kind of curious to see what they do with it. This is a rare case where I saw a Call of Duty game and I kind of went, huh. Like,
Yes, I will say that.
did not identify it as Call of Duty when I started watching it. I'm going, the fuck is this? This looks kind of neat.
Yeah, that is the most interesting looking Call of Duty game, probably.
Which is weird that they did. I was just now thinking of it. They did this again. Battlefield 1 was shown during Xbox and not Sony's, and Call of Duty was shown at Sony's but not Xbox. So there must be once again another exclusive with each game.
Well, because Sony bought the, like the early privileges for all the Call of Duty. So now, like all the DLC and stuff, they drop early on PS4, and then they go on Xbox One.
Well, Tony, what would you give Sony's conference?
Like a 1 through 10.
Whatever you want.
I guess it would be like an 8. I would give it an 8. There was a lot of cool games, but a lot of it, I know, like I don't want the. Does this make sense? That it seems like it's going to be a problem that all VR is always going to be first person.
It has to be.
Yes.
It has to be first person, right?
No, it does.
It doesn't work. It doesn't really work on third person, sadly.
Right.
Like I don't know. It seems because like even watching Final Fantasy as like a first person shooter, that just looks dumb.
That frame
Am I-
rate
am
for
I-
Final Fantasy 15 looks terrible.
The what? The frame rate?
The frame rate, yeah. If you watch the demo for Xbox One, fighting that Titan, it looks horrible. And then when I seen it for
Oh my
PlayStation,
god! I
4,
forgot about that.
huh?
That was the worst gameplay demo ever.
Yep. That battle, like that gigantic battle, it was not good. I didn't enjoy it either.
I'm very worried now. I'm just like, I want to buy this game for both systems, but if the frame rate is problematic on both systems, I gotta choose one of them.
There's another option. You can just not buy it.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a skippable game.
I want to buy it, but then I realized that Paper Mario Color Splash come out that same month, and I think Monster Hunter and Dragon Quest come out that same month. And if they
Doesn't Monster Hunter come out next month?
I thought it was September.
Oh.
Didn't they say September 15th?
I thought it was next month.
Oh no, yeah, July 15th. I'm sorry. Yeah, Monster Hunter does come out next month.
But Edward, did you play the demo for Final Fantasy 15?
With the little dog thing.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I played it on both systems.
And did you like that? Did you actually like the combat and all that?
It's Kingdom Hearts, pretty much.
Don't say that. It is not Kingdom Hearts.
It literally is Kingdom Hearts.
No. In Kingdom Hearts, you do not sit there and hold a button and you're attacking automatically, and then you let go to dodge.
The thing about it, they don't have that in the demo.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Right, the demo that they released when they did the Final Fantasy 15 press conference, that long thing. When they released the demo, they were just giving you like gameplay on how the game feels. So they didn't go anything else outside that, like with magic and all the other stuff. They didn't give you that. So when you were actually attacking and fighting, it literally felt like Kingdom Hearts. So I think once I get the game more into my hands, I could probably be able to tell that, okay, now it doesn't feel like Kingdom Hearts because the full gameplay mode is in this game. Like, they didn't really give you much. They're just like, well, this is how combat works and this is how it feels. That's why I say it feels like Kingdom Hearts.
But like Kingdom Hearts, a lot of it has a lot of verticality to it. I don't think that Final Fantasy 15 will.
I could agree with that. That's why I said the demo didn't have that. So that's why when the full game comes out, it might feel different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very weird to describe because but once you play it, you'll be like, okay, this feels like Kingdom Hearts. But I think, like I said, once the game come out, they'll change it up and it won't feel that way. That's why I'm hopefully it works when it come out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got you.
Adrian, what did you think of Microsoft conference? Because we didn't get your side.
Yeah. So, hold on. Which conference have you guys done so far?
Microsoft and Sony. So we just finished Sony. So,
okay.
About Microsoft. But we didn't hear from you about Microsoft.
Okay, so I'm gonna give my 2 cents on Microsoft conference quickly. I loved it. I thought they had the strongest show. They started really strong with the Xbox One S, which I'm particularly very excited about because it looks like the console that I can actually buy. So I think I'm gonna be getting that on August when it gets released. Probably a 2 terabyte version of the console. So I'm super excited to have an Xbox One.
Yeah, that's the only one that's coming out in August. It's the 2 terabyte. So
yeah, I actually asked. I think is August 2nd is the 2 terabyte, and then the 21st it's the 500 gig and the 1 terabyte version.
I thought they
so they're coming a little bit later.
Yeah, I thought the 500 gig one was coming out a little bit later.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of separated there, but whatever. I'm excited about that though. Sea of Thieves is the game. First of all, it was the best trailer in the show.
No.
Yes,
Really?
it was. Yes, it was.
Adrian.
When they showed people, like actual people, fans, playing that game, I was like, I don't know who any of those guys are. I would love to be one of them. I want to play that game right now. I want to lose myself in a pirate world and just shoot other people and have my crew. And I don't know. I'm super excited for that game.
Adrian.
I before you say anything, Tony, I will say that
Go.
The game looks bad for some reason, like graphically. It may be fun. I do like the dude who was yelling, "Wait, you're leaving me!" when they was going off the ship, or he was saying, "We're sinking right now." Like the way that he said it made it not only funny, but it sounds fun. Like that one guy right there, he made the trailer a little bit better. Everybody else sounded like really dry or something. Now, trust me, it's better than the demo that was shown for Ghost Recon Wildlands. It was way better than that. Okay, Tony, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
What you, Tony?
Yeah, when I watched that trailer, I know the game isn't done yet or any of that, but that game looks so empty. Like it looks like there's gonna be next to nothing to do. Whoa! I can pretend to drink ale or whatever rum, and the screen gets blurry, and my character leans to the right, or I can open a chest. But we've been opening chests all our lives playing Zeldas, haven't we? That's not exactly exciting. If you want to play a freaking good pirate game, I would play Assassin's Creed 4. That game,
Well,
it's
I-
the best pirate game, and I don't think that I have to compare this game to that. And so far, it looks like that game. What's it called? The Sea of Thieves?
Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like a game that you would play like online, with a web browser. One of those games, like really cheap. I don't know.
Well,
Okay,
thing
rant
is-
done.
The thing is that I play, and you guys know, right? Like I play Counter-Strike with my friends, like on a regular basis. We play League of Legends too, so we're always looking for like a new game to all get together and play. And when I saw the trailer, all I could think about was like, man, I'm gonna have a crew of like 10 people, and we're gonna be just like finding treasures and destroying everyone's ships and stealing their stuff and killing them and then capturing them. And I don't know, like it makes me like very excited somehow.
Did you not feel that way when you watched Scalebound?
Yes, so Scalebound was another good game. I thought the gameplay, the way they showed it, was a little bit lacking, especially because it was from just one character's perspective. I think they should have like jumped from different perspectives from different characters to see what everyone else was doing. However, the game looked good. It feels like a much bigger Monster Hunter game,
Yeah.
if that makes any sense.
For sure.
So like that's another game that I get like, man, like I would love to just like fight giant monsters with my friends and riding dragons and stuff like that. I think that's gonna be awesome. But from just the gameplay trailer they showed, it's not the best way to show it, in my opinion. I think if they have done something similar to the way they did Sea of Thieves, the trailer would have been better. But that's just my opinion. That's how I reacted to the trailer. But Scalebound looks awesome. I think it's delayed until next year though, which means that they have more time to work on it. That's totally cool. It will probably be one of the first games that I get on my Xbox One. Or not the first games, but one of the the first 10, I guess, games that I will get on my Xbox One. So I'm very excited to play that too.
Please make sure that you have Rise of the Tomb Raider. It really is a good game.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'll buy it. I have a friend who owns it, and he's more than willing to just let me borrow it for like a weekend or something so I can finish it. But that game, it's hands down. I'm gonna be playing the crap out of that. I think Microsoft conference was really cool. I really liked it. I'm not a fan of racing games. Forza looked really cool though. Apparently, according to people that were at E3, it's not really like an actual replica of Australia. So that's kind of disappointed. I'm like, well, whatever. But I would like to play that. Gears, I don't know. There's something about Gears that it's speaking to me, even though I'm not a Gears of War player.
I think you're the only one on here that said that, actually. All the rest of us are just like,
I mean,
I don't know. I maybe it's because you guys have all played Gears before, and you have your opinions on it. I've only played like a little bit of Gears 1 like years ago, so I don't really remember in my head, and I've never finished any of the other games, right? So for me, this Gears 4 looks like a game that I will be more than happy to just like sit down and play with a couple of friends. Also, like Microsoft is doing the whole. No, sorry. Let me just like finish my thoughts quickly. Microsoft is doing the Play Anywhere thing where hey, buy the game on Xbox One and like also play it on Windows 10. That's fantastic, man. Like cross-play. It's an amazing idea because all my friends, they have like high-end PCs and they play on PC all the time, but I don't have the money to upgrade my computer, but I can save some money to play on Xbox One, which means that I'll be playing on Xbox One while they're playing on PC and we can play together, and it's just fantastic from my point of view.
Well, I know with Gears 4, I'm getting it because I kind of want to play with Corey from the DNA community and my other friend who lives close by me. Like he's a Gears head, so I told him that I'll run through the campaign with them. I know Forza 3 is going to be my first Forza game that, or Horizon, I should say, should be my first Forza game because it's Australia, and I always wanted to go to Australia.
Yeah, Australia seems like a fantastic play. They have real life Pokemon there, so that's good.
Oh my God.
That needs to be on their tourism campaign somewhere. Come to Australia and see real fucking Pokemon.
You know, I would.
Yeah,
you know,
they have like spiders.
I would literally be saving money right now, leaving you guys. Be like, okay, someone record the podcast. I'm going to Australia. If I bring back a Pikachu, I'll show it to the world.
There's like fire spiders and like koalas that can kill you with their looks. I don't know. It's insane over there.
You gotta watch out for the drop bears.
Yeah, exactly too. That's it.
I can't stand you.
You go there, you gotta watch out for the drop bears. You have to wear the protective helmet that has a fork sticking out of the top of it to save you from drop bears.
Oh my goodness. What did you think of Reacher?
But no, yeah, those are my Recruiter. How do I put this properly? From an idea, as a concept, I think it looks cool and has potential. The gameplay, though, seems like a first time indie developer 3D game. And I say this as an indie developer, it kind of looks like something I will be working on. Like, I don't know, like, it lacked some polish, I guess, so. Again, but that's another game that is not coming on for a while now, so,
it's coming out
maybe. Oh, this September. Then, yeah, I may not buy it then.
I mean, I'm buying it because it looks fun. It's Kenji Inafune and it's the X Retro Games. Those two guys, those two names I respect, and so yeah, I have to get it.
I don't know.
That's exclusive to Xbox One, right?
It is, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Keiji Inafune lost my Keiji Inafune, yeah, lost my confidence when he didn't deliver Mighty Number 9 on time.
Well, it's coming out next week. So.
Let's be fair. Who's delivering anything on time these days?
That's a fair point. That's true.
It's sad,
with 2
but
days.
it's true.
2 days, and then we can finally say whether he still got it or not.
That's true.
I have a bad.
We're gonna be
feeling
doing that live too.
I have a bad feeling that we'll play it. We might like it, and then we'll pop in Shovel Knight, and then just remind ourselves why we love Shovel Knight more.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like Shovel Knight more, hands down.
It makes me sad that I have to agree with you guys right now.
No, but Tony is right. We're gonna get the game in 2 days. Tony and I are gonna be probably replaying a lot of that during like Tuesday night. So that I'm super excited about that. We'll probably do like an episode next weekend just talking about that specifically. So yeah, just look forward to it, I guess.
All right. Anything else for Microsoft?
Like I said, from me, one of the biggest things personally that came out of Microsoft this past week was not shown at their show, but was the announcement that Phantom Dust is not dead. That made me kind of giddy in my pants. It may not be a reboot, which frankly I'm kind of okay with. I really I think I would prefer the fact that it's just going to be a remaster, and that means it's also going to be on live again, and I can play with people again.
Oh
the way it was meant to be played. Oh my god!
So I have to buy it,
miss
right?
having that game.
So I have to buy it, right? Right, Larry?
Oh god, it's so good. That's a game that will make me pay for Xbox Live again. Because most of the stuff on Live that you play multiplayer is, shooters, and I just don't do that, with people online. I like my shooters single player because I'm fucking weird. But, Phantom Dust was, oh my god, that's a game that I will forever be able to go back to on the original Xbox. We talked about that a couple weeks ago, and it's still got it. That game still holds up so well. The mechanics are great. The balance is great. It's just so much fun.
Well,
I will forever never be able to get enough of that.
hopefully they show some more. I hopefully, because they do a conference also in Germany, where some of the games that they don't show at E3, they show in Germany. I can't think of what conference that is, but hopefully they show it there.
At this point, I would be perfectly happy. I'm happy enough with the announcement that it's not dead. It's no longer tabled. It's just being done as a remaster. And I'm perfectly okay if I don't see anything on it until E3 next year. I'm okay just knowing it's alive.
All right. I'm just sad that they didn't do an announcement for Lost Odyssey and Blue Dragon to be on Xbox One. That's what I wanted. That makes me sad. Okay, so let's move on to the last conference, because we're not going to talk about third party, because all of them put us to sleep, besides them. And I don't think anyone watched the PC gaming show, because that was running, that ran 2 hours plus. It ran
Jesus
through,
God.
Yeah, it ran through Ubisoft's pre-show. That was an hour, and then it ran through the whole Ubisoft conference. So we're not going to talk about the PC thing. But Nintendo, they started off with the Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild trailer, and I think people are rewatching that trailer over and over again. They're trying to find stuff that Nintendo didn't talk about that we can now just pause and examine. But what did you guys think?
People are already finding stuff. They've almost completely, I think, save for 2 letters, decoded the Hylian alphabet in that in the gameplay in the trailer.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they're missing 2 letters.
Yeah, there was, when they go to those, they're like mini dungeons. I don't remember what they call them exactly.
Yeah.
The shrines, yeah, and there's those, you put the the Sheikah,
the Sheikah
slate. You put the Sheikah slate thing there, and then there's all these kind of matrixy letters coming down above it. People were translating that out already, and I forgot what they say. It says there
was one that was the all your base R belongs to us.
Yeah, all your base R belong to us. And something else, I can't remember. Did you watch that, Hidden Zelda Secrets, Larry?
I didn't. I caught this in an article earlier today, actually. I was like, that's pretty cool. Then on top of the fact they've got little signs, that tell you, where you are, it's a shrine or a dungeon or whatever the hell you're in. And that little detail reminds me very much of Fez. I like that fact.
Well, what did you guys
God
think?
damn it!
We'll get it too fast. Just hold.
No, sorry. I'm sitting here playing Metroid, and I totally missed a bomb jump.
Oh, dang nabbit. That's World 1-1, everybody. What did you? Well, before we get into the Legend of Zelda discussion, because I know we probably got a lot to say about it. What did you think about the live stream, that decision that Nintendo went with?
So I was talking to about that with a friend yesterday, and I told him, yeah, the trailer for Zelda was fantastic, showing a lot of gameplay, was a great idea too. Man, do they need to do a digital event though? Because I was looking at the streams, right, or looking at IGN's post, show reactions and stuff like that, and I was just thinking oh man, this is really cool. And then I will get a tweet or a message or something saying hey, did you see the new amiibo? What? No, I'm watching this thing live. Where's everyone getting this information? That was press release and the website, and it was all over the place, right? And I hated that. I hated that everyone was finding out stuff about the game or the new games that were coming out before me, just because Nintendo decided to, oh no, yeah, let's just send press releases and put stuff on the website and just, we'll show the stream later, right? No, they should have done a digital event, start with Pokemon, then Pokemon Go, then Color Splash, then Mario Party with new Amiibo, then Zelda Amiibo, then the Zelda trailer, and you close like that. And I think they should have done that instead of like, oh, here, this is how we play. Because again, and I love Miyamoto and Aonuma-san, but having a Japanese man being translated for someone else while someone else is playing is the worst game to present a game. It's just not good. It's not good.
Well, I think this is the first time we've seen a lot of developers for those games actually come to America and talk about them. Oh, go ahead, Tony.
What was cool? Let's see. I'll do negatives first. Like the translating thing doesn't bug me too much. I tried watching just the live stream at the end of the day, until I got tired and fell asleep. I ended up watching the whole thing, but the breaks in between each, showing are so long. I don't know what to do with my time in between those. I'm assuming that it's so viewers can take bathroom breaks or whatever, and also, they're setting up for whoever's going up next, but I feel like they need to cut those down a little bit because it's like 20 minutes of gameplay and then 5 minutes of you twiddling your thumbs because there's nothing to look at.
I mentioned this on Optional Opinion that when they went to break, they should do like trivia or do the digital presentation, like a trailer or something to fill in that void.
Yeah, they should do interviews of people on the floor.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. What is awesome about Nintendo's showing is that I saw them include several people from, YouTube, which are just, I watch a lot of channels on YouTube, and it's super cool to see, the Completionist there, or Jay Witz, he's a big Pokemon guy, or Pro Jared, who used to be at Screw Attack, but went and did his own thing. It's, really cool that Nintendo is including these, I don't want to call them, celebrities, but they're personalities or whatever.
Yeah.
That a lot of people know. And they're, not nobodies. I mean, who the hell are we? But it's it's kind of the same thing. It's really cool
that special classification we call internet famous.
Yeah. But they're all Nintendo fans, and it's really awesome that they acknowledge that they exist. Even though they give hard time to people who just try to post a video of Nintendo something. I think they always get taken down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know. I wonder how what people thought about it when it was in New York. I know that they said the line was long. They said it was wrapped around the whole block.
You're talking about for the demo?
Yeah, because they was only letting 500 people play, and they were just like that. The whole line was just literally long. It was just even before the store opened. It was just a long line. I'm like, wow, and I don't know how many hours they waited for them to sign up, but shoot, but it was just wow.
I don't think that that's a good practice for them to have. Is 500 people from this one region are allowed to play this demo. It's not like those people weren't already going to buy the game anyway. Yeah. So I don't understand what the point of it is.
Because I think they were doing an hour for the demo that everybody got to play.
Each person played for an hour?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Wow. I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. I thought they got to play the 15-minute demo or something.
No. Everybody who was playing the game was playing for an hour.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, now I'm just jealous.
Yeah, whatever the journalist was playing at E3 is the same thing that they was playing at the Nintendo store.
I see.
Because usually... go ahead, Larry.
I would say, and at this point, I want to know why they couldn't follow suit and distribute that demo digitally.
Yeah, just the 15-minute demo would have been freaking sweet.
Seriously. Give me a replayable 15-minute demo where, I can go in and in this 15 minutes, I'm going to try and see how far I can push this direction. And next time I'm going to try and see how far I can push that direction and just see what I can
Even-
find in 15 minutes repeatedly.
Because
Even if it was one of those like limited play demos,
uh-huh.
that would have been fine too. I just
be
want to
sad
know what the
about
game
that.
I want to know what the game feels like right now. That's all.
They probably took into consideration that they wish they could do that, and because they probably know that a lot of people wanted to, but maybe for story elements, they didn't want to. There was probably in the game that they didn't want to reveal. I understand they probably was just like, I know people who want to play this want to do an open air playground kind of style, just like play around and see what they could do. But then you got some people who gonna be trying to not only play the game for a whole, but for that 1 hour or so, but they're going to be trying to find secrets so they can post it. And Nintendo probably maybe had been worried about that. So they, with them being in control of their IP, they didn't want to risk anything getting out that they haven't talked about or fully developed yet.
Yeah. Did you guys all see the like floating island or spaceship or whatever that is?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I need to watch more of it. I've not gotten to see enough of it. Just bits and pieces.
If anything, I want to know as little as possible, like from here on. I hate spoilers and stuff like that. I kind of want to pick up that game, not watch anything until the game comes out, pick it up and play it, and just be blown away by everything at that one time. Does that make sense?
I just want to know.
It does.
I just want to know if they're going to play that Triller music at the Legend of Zelda Symphony concert, Symphony of the Goddess. If that's all I want to know, if they're going to play that, so I could buy my ticket right now and just call off from work, be like, I'm going to Chicago, I got to listen to this concert. So if they play this song, I could just cry and bawl because I know I don't have the game in my hand.
I want an inkling of what's happening story-wise.
I don't.
That's, the gameplay intrigues me. It's neat to see them taking a vast departure, gameplay-wise from the rest of the series, but give me an inkling, something.
If you want an inkling, you have to play Splatoon.
Yay, Splatoon.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's horrible.
No, that was
Well
good.
done, you. God damn it.
That was very good, Tony. That was very good.
I want a notion of what's going on. I'm really intrigued, and at this point, give me a premise, and I'll be perfectly happy. It's not like I'm not going to play it. I'm absolutely going to play it. I just want a premise of what's going on. I'm very intrigued by this, not just in ruins, but overgrown Hyrule that, Link's been asleep for 100 years. I want to know where we're picking up from. This scratches my curiosity, and I want to know.
The thing that really has me curious is what happened to the Master Sword? Why is it so worn down?
Rusted.
Yeah, it's shitty and everything.
Yeah.
What the hell broke my Master Sword?
Yeah.
I think we'll find out more of that. This is me going, I want to know what happened. Link's asleep for 100 years. Everything's in ruins and overgrown. It's just something went wrong. I did hear a theory that made me curious, was that this might somehow pick up from the split timeline theory from Ocarina, where Link actually failed to save Hyrule, and that this picks up 100 years after that. I'm like, okay, I would be down for that. I'm curious.
Is that the Wind Waker path?
I don't.
I
In the
believe
timeline?
so.
Might be.
Yeah.
Well, people are thinking that it might do something with the Wind Waker timeline because of the old man that she meet. Some people are saying that might be the King, King Red, the Red Dragon, or King from Wind Waker. But then a lot of people are Miyamoto and Anuma just like, well, you guys remember the first Legend of Zelda where you met that wizard? And so there might be a hint there.
Oh yeah.
So they're.
So sorry, before we continue, I'm looking at the timeline here, and when Link is defeated, he is supposed to be the last hero, and the timeline is A Link to the Past, A Link Between Worlds, Oracle of Seasons and Ages, Link's Awakening, the first Zelda, and Adventure of Link. So I don't think it's in that timeline, to be honest. I think it is on the Wind Waker timeline, like maybe many years after Spirit Tracks or something.
But that's so weird because I feel like this one is dealing with technology and magic, and I think maybe Spirit Tracks might deal with technology and magic because of the railroad kind of gameplay. So I kind of wonder. What did you guys think of the Pokemon viewing?
Oh, that was awful. Don't ever show me a Zelda trailer and then you're like, yeah, let's talk 45 minutes about a game that you know you're gonna buy already. That was terrible. I didn't like it. I was very mad about it.
Yeah, I'm not big on following Pokemon. I love Pokemon and I like to play their games, but I didn't even pay attention to whatever Pokemon news came out over the weekend because I was more curious about literally anything else. I know I'm going to get Pokemon. I don't need to know anything else. Just give me the game.
But do you think they would...
That's pretty much how I am.
Oh, go ahead, Larry.
I was going to say, Pokemon is one of those games that just does not... There's almost no interesting way to show it. It's one of those things that it's been essentially the same formula since it came out, and we all know what it is at this point. All you have to do is just say, here's the new Pokemon games. They're coming out at this point, and it will sell a bajillion fucking copies no matter what you do. But, and that's great. But the thing is, there's seriously no interesting way to show that game.
Yeah, unless it's like a side title or something.
Did you
A
guys,
main title Pokemon, there's really no way.
Did you guys think that they were using Pokemon to get stuff ready for Zelda? To get everybody placed so when that Pokemon demo's over with, everybody can move out the way, and then it's time for the big boy to talk because there's so much information that's coming out. Like Pokemon was used as a warm up before they actually.
That's very possible. That's probably what they wanted to do. Because get done with Pokemon ASAP and get to Zelda.
I mean, because this one, which I think it was a strong showing. I think it was really good because it's under a new director. So, and we've never really met the Pokemon director, the director of the Pokemon games in the past. So I think it was kind of nice that they brought him and he was able to talk about Pokemon Sun and Moon. Everybody was pissed off that Pokemon was being shown because of that trailer of Zelda. Like, we were spoiled to heck, and we wanted more. We wanted actual gameplay from Zelda, which is a first for me. Like, I've never seen a trailer that we got spoiled with and be like, we want more of actual. Now we want the actual gameplay. Show us.
I don't know.
I would have been fine if they just had Pokemon on Wednesday with the other games.
Yeah. There was no reason that need to be interjected in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. Adrian?
I don't know. I'm with Tony on the same boat, to be honest. It's like I saw everything I needed to see, and I don't want to see anything else until I get the game on my hands. I don't want to get it spoiled. I'll wait for the game. That's all. I don't need to see another trailer. I don't need to see more people playing. Nope. I'll wait.
Actually, I got back to work Thursday, and all of our Friday. I'm sorry. We got our pre-sale cards in for Sun and Moon, so I bought both of them already. So,
Oh man, you got both versions?
yep, I put my dollar for each copy. So I'm getting Sun and Moon, getting both versions. So,
Jeez. Do you always get both?
this is the second time of me doing it. I did Alpha and the Omega, the last two, the remake ones. I did buy both, and because I got my free Charizard plushie because I bought both. So I'm doing the same thing with Sun and Moon.
I see.
So, what did you guys think of? What did you guys think of Wednesday?
Wednesday was what? Mario Party. Paper Mario that day?
Yeah, Paper Mario.
Oh, what's that new game? What's the new
Ever
RPG
Oasis.
game from like?
Ever Oasis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, when he said
What is it? Something Oasis?
Yeah, Ever Oasis.
Ever Oasis.
Yeah, once they said this is the producer of Secret of Mana, I lost it. I screamed on Twitter like a whole bunch of yeses, and it was just like day one purchase. That's all you had to mention to me. And then I seen the trailer. I was just like, I don't care about this trailer. I want it now. I literally want this game now. I lost my mind when I seen this.
That game did not get me. Sorry, Edward.
That's okay.
I watched them play it, and it just seems like, I don't know, switching between 3 party members to solve basic puzzles, and then is the combat turn based or is it
No, it's action.
action? It's action.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, and then like I didn't understand anything going on with building your Oasis. Really, I assume it's one of those games where when you play it, that's how you like really get an idea of what it's like.
Kind of like Fantasy Life almost.
Yeah, it reminded me of that game, Fantasy Life.
Adrian?
Ever Oasis, I kind of described it as Fantasy Life meets Animal Crossing to some extent, because whenever you like create a new part of the Oasis and you start making your Oasis, you can have people coming over, which, if I'm not mistaken, is exactly what Animal Crossing is. But yeah, it is that with Fantasy Life's combat, RPG combat. It is an interesting idea. Considering all the other great games that are coming out for 3DS, like Dragon Quest 7, Dragon Quest 8, and Pokemon Sun and Moon, and etc., etc. I don't think that's one game that I will be like buying personally. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure people will like it. Some people will get it, and it's gonna be fun, but not myself though.
And
Yeah, I'm like that.
It's not anything I care about, but I'm not big on anything like Fantasy Life or Animal Crossing either. That's just the kind of thing that I get the idea and I respect it, but I'm not into it. Which, in addition, at this point, I'm kind of wondering if Nintendo isn't overdoing it on things like that. Animal Crossing is a very big, everlasting experience. That's the kind of thing that you do once a console cycle, and then you play it to death until the new console comes out and they give you a new version of it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like why, especially with the 3DS, Animal Crossing, Tomodachi Life, Fantasy Life, and now this. It seems just too much of that same feel from Nintendo on one console generation.
I agree too. And there's even some third-party games that are like really similar to that. I mean, I don't want to say Monster Hunter is, but it kind of seems like it. Just maybe the art style is different, but I feel like it might have a very similar feel. And also that Final Fantasy game that came out like in February. Explorers or something like that. Yeah.
Final Fantasy Explorer.
I feel like all these games kind of have the same feel of like you just see your little character running around and you just do kind of like little tasks, like it's like busy work kind of.
Right. It's just, how much of that do you need on one
On
console?
one
You know?
console, yeah.
It's like,
Like
seriously.
some of those could have been on Wii U.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, why was there not a full-blown Animal Crossing? Don't talk to me about that board game bullshit thing. You know, why was there not a full-blown Animal Crossing on Wii U? Seriously. How could there not have been a better place to put that? I could sit there and play it on my TV, or if the wife wants to watch, you know, a baking show for all I care, you know, could flip that thing on the gamepad. That's perfect. That's one of those things where, you know, it's a brilliant idea, in addition for the simple fact that you can have your gamepad sitting on its stand and just, you know, have the system running in the background. You can see things happening in your little Animal Crossing town 24/7, day and night, just whenever you happen to walk by and your gamepad is sitting there on, showing your little town.
Uh-huh.
You know? How did this not happen?
Probably because
That's...
Animal Crossing sells more on the handheld than console. So that's probably why they decided to do it.
That leads me to my other complaint, though, about this year is I understand the blowout for Zelda with, you know, the Treehouse Live, but seriously, not doing a concentrated digital event or presser or anything, this is the year I think it really needed it. You know, there's a lot of anticipation for Zelda, but for the rest of us that own Wii U's, you know, we're going, what's coming for us for the rest of the year? You know, give it to us in a format that, you know, we're going to get excited about. You know, show us what's happening for the rest of the year, why we should be glad we invested it instead of pissed that we're sitting here with a Wii U and it looks like we're not going to really get much diddly shit until Zelda happens in spring next year. You know, like, what are you guys doing for Christmas? You know, is Color Splash it, really? You know, it feels like there should be more. You know, on top of that, you've got your Federation forces coming here in just a couple of months. And like I said, you know, last week, you don't talk about it, you don't prime it. Seriously, this game is 2 months away, and you've already got a lot of negative feedback going into that. You might want to try and start to turn that tide, you know.
I think that game might have done a better job if it was on Wii U and not that like chibi look. Because I would love to play that. Like, imagine the four of us playing that game online on our Wii U's.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that would have been a much better experience than 3DS's.
I agree wholeheartedly. You know, if you're going to give me a Metroid game on the 3DS at this point, it better be like, I'm pretty sure they could probably pull off a nice scaled down 3D version of the first Prime on the 3DS. I'm sure it's doable.
Oh, for sure.
You know, why has that not happened? But on top of that, you know, again, if you're going to put it on the 3DS, why are we not doing a side-scrolled, you know, 2.5D Metroid game?
Yeah, I
Why
just
did we
want
not
even
get
just a
Metroid Dread
remake.
yet?
Just a remake of Super Metroid, just to keep Metroid in people's heads in a positive way, would have been awesome. Like you were just saying, I think in like the last episode, Larry.
Yep. So that's I don't see how or why that didn't happen, and it makes me sad that I'm going to go an entire console generation without a Metroid game again. We haven't seen that happen since the 64. You know,
Since the 64, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Samus's best showing on Wii U is Smash Brothers. That's not how it's supposed to be.
No, it's not. I suppose the one upshot to it, you know, to the Wii U though, is that they started doing some downloadable Wii games, including the Trilogy Collection, which brings that available in an affordable format. You know, because to try and even find a used copy is still $50-$60.
Yeah.
So,
50,
get it for $20
$60.
and download it to get all three in a really nice package, no less, with the Wii controls. It's, as much as I like playing with the controller, I do think there is a certain good fit for the Wii controls for that too, but that's different.
So, you guys got anything else about Nintendo?
What were some of the other games? What were some of the other games that they showed?
Tokyo Mirage.
Like that Mario
Pokemon
Party
Go?
game I watched. I wasn't into Tokyo Mirage Session. So, oh my god, I can't even speak. That game, I was completely uninterested in it. I just thought like, okay, it's another RPG. Until I saw like the class system that's from Fire Emblem, that made me very interested. And now I think I'm just gonna pick it up when it comes out this week.
I'm buying it already. I'm just waiting for it to come into my store.
Yeah, I'm picking it up too.
The combat looks really cool. How even the characters you don't have in your party can, do something. Because did you guys all play Xenoblade?
No, I didn't.
Adrian and Edward, you guys both did at least a little bit, right?
I'm halfway through the game.
Xenoblade Chronicles on 3DS.
Wait, what? But anyway, what I was thinking was, when you play like an RPG, you have all these party members that are like interchangeable, but the ones that are sitting out, like, what are they doing the whole time? They do nothing. And in this, I keep forgetting the name, Tokyo Mirage Session, it's really cool that you have these attacks where they can just pop in and help you too, even if it's in a small way, just like a little bit of extra damage. I think that's awesome. I've played so many RPGs where I'm just wondering, why the heck is my whole team not here just because the game has to restrict you in that way?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Ever since I've seen that game, ever since I heard the soundtrack, I'm just like, I gotta have this game day one. It's always been it was a sale for me once they like finalized it. Because I was shocked. I'm like, Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem. Wait, when is this coming out, and how can I achieve to buy it? And then when they fixed it, they showed it again. Just that trailer playing the music, I was already run. I was just like, I need this game right now.
You like a lot of J-pop?
Yeah, I do. I admit, I do.
Is it called J-pop? J-pop?
Yeah.
J-pop.
Yeah. It's J-pop and K-pop.
Yeah, I got nothing wrong. I've got nothing against the music in that game so far. I really like the music in what's it called, Xenoblade. So
yeah,
and it's all weird music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once you get out into the world, that soundtrack is still Xenoblade Chronicles X. Oh, that's just still an amazing game, from graphics to music to the gameplay. I just need to dive right back.
It's for sure my favorite Wii U game.
Yeah.
What I want to know is like, how big is the Zelda world, like Hyrule, compared to Xenoblade Chronicles X? Because that world is so huge.
If it's 12 times
apparently
the
it's just
Princess, it's huge.
No, apparently it's just a bit smaller than Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Oh, it's actually smaller?
Yeah, but just by like a tiny bit.
That's fine.
It's
Fine. Xenoblade Chronicles X was like so massive. Yeah.
Monolith is working with them to do The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh, Monolith is on the team?
Yep.
Is like in the...
Monolith.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, Monolith is helping them develop it. I read that and I was just like, okay, I can understand and see it now. This is about to be... If this doesn't be Game of the Year or come out at Perfect 10, I'm going to probably be heartbroken.
I'm sure it will. I don't
know. I almost wonder. I think it might get snubbed on the Game of the Year front for the very simple fact that, as far as I know, it's still supposed to be. It's still slated for spring. That's real early year. By the time anything Game of the Year happens, you're almost always looking at all the stuff that came out right around fall.
Yeah, that's true.
Beginning of the year spies for Game of the Year.
And I gotta say, it's going to be a battle next year, because Horizon Red Dawn, Persona 5, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, probably some indie games. Like, there's great games coming out until almost like all of spring, and who knows what they're gonna show at E3 that year. But I'm just like, that's some heavy hitters. Like, across all platforms, you could get anything that you want that seems promising. I feel like it's just going to be a battle of what everybody wants. Because I definitely Horizon Zero Dawn, that's going to be a very big seller for Sony. A very big.
I hope so. I really hope that actually sells well because it looks fucking great, and I just get the feeling that it's going to be one of those that is great but doesn't play to a mass market somehow. It feels to me like it's going to get lost or buried, and that's going to be sad and tragic.
And I hope not, because Guerrilla Games,
I'm with Larry on that, for sure.
They really make some good games. Guerrilla Games is really good. And Larry, we didn't get our SOCOM.
I know. There's still time. Maybe that's a brilliant thing to do with fucking VR as a new SOCOM.
I can't. I just can't. So
I could totally dig SOCOM in VR.
I would. Okay, so starting with you, Tony, then you, Larry, then you, Adrian, then I'll end last. Overall E3, what would you give it? Your own personal review, grade, letter, grade, number, Yoshi coins, whatever you want to give it. What would you give overall this year's E3?
Oh man, that's hard to answer. I feel like without Zelda, it would have been a very mediocre E3. One game somehow made it that interesting for me. I'll just give it 4 Yoshi coins, just okay. Just because I don't know what else to say. It was all because of Zelda, though.
Larry?
I don't know. For me personally, I'm a little let down, but, I'm a little disappointed every year that, Metroid doesn't look great or, has something to say. But that aside, objectively, I'm still a little disappointed in the way that Nintendo showed, period. Sony had another great year. That's 2 consecutive. Like I said last week, that's 2 years consecutive for Sony, where I'm now looking at the current gen between Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and leaning towards a PlayStation 4 more than I am an Xbox, which is a very strange thing for me because I'm very used to Sony shows boring the shit out of me for like the last 8 years. And Microsoft had a decent, solid showing. They didn't show as much of what I wanted to see, but they did show some, and shockingly, the new Call of Duty somehow looked interesting to me for the first time ever. I think that's just because it looked like a sped-up version of the Zero-G shit from Dead Space,
right.
but which is not the worst thing ever. So, but yeah, it's Sony and Microsoft were great. I just felt that the Nintendo side of things felt too sparse, like it was too disjointed, I think. And that's the only part that dragged it down for me. If I leave Nintendo out of the equation, the other 2 shows I would give a solid 9 combined, absolutely. Throwing Nintendo showing in there and the fact that, there wasn't any real cohesive show kind of drags it down from me a little bit, down to like maybe a 7.5 or an 8, just because for me, retroactively trying to go back and find it, it makes it a pain in the ass to try and find everything that Nintendo showed on Zelda. It just wasn't well cataloged for me to go back and watch.
Okay.
Not just Zelda, even like the Amiibo announcements and stuff. I still don't know what Amiibos were announced,
They announced a handful of new Amiibos in the Mario line.
Yeah.
I saw a blue that glows in the dark. That's the coolest one.
That is so cool.
That and those goddamn pretty-looking Breath of the Wild Amiibos.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, there's Breath of the Wild Amiibos?
Yes,
Yeah.
there are. They look so good.
Oh my goodness! We're going to have to
see
lock
it?
them up at work. I'm
I didn't
going
see
to
that.
have to
I didn't
lock
see
them up
everything.
at work because everybody's going to try to steal them. Like these things, the Octobot or the little the little
The
robot
Guardian
things,
thing, yeah.
you could move their tentacles on the amiibo.
Yeah, they're like bendable, posable.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's a thing. So those looked good, but again, it just didn't really seem to show anything in a real cohesive manner. And that, at least, just I would love to have a page where it's just here's all the Treehouse showings in order for you to watch at your convenience. And it didn't seem to ever really come about that way. I kind of had to poke around and just find things and wonder, oh, did I watch that one already?
Well, I think
So.
they should be on YouTube. They should be on their Nintendo page. I hope so.
I'll probably go back and look. Maybe now that it's done, they're starting to populate a little better and a little more organized. But it didn't seem all that well organized when I first looked at it.
Okay.
So,
Adrian?
It's kind of weird that from DC3 I only care for like 3, maybe 4 games in total. I mean, it was a bit better than last year's E3, I think. It wasn't great though, and I don't know. I can't give it 4 coins though. I'll probably give it like 2 coins, 2 Yoshi coins.
wow.
Or you know what? No,
Wait, what
just
dollar
for-
amount are you giving?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, that's exactly what I was gonna say, Tony. I love you,
What'd you
dude. That's why you're my brother. Yeah, you always know what I'm thinking. So the dollar amount I will give to this conference, I will probably pick it up if it was in that $14.99 and under bin at GameStop. Pick it up. Yeah. Like, oh, look,
Wow.
2016, $14.99 or less. Cool, I'll pick it up.
Harsh.
Dang, you went indie. You went indie price. Dang. For me, for the overall conference, I gave it a B+. I thought all 3 showings were strong. I'm glad that Microsoft and Sony kept this thing under an hour. They didn't pull no gimmicks. I did like the orchestra at Sony. Sony's that orchestra playing the music through the trailers. That was really nice. They sounded really good.
Yeah.
I got to tell everybody, everything Nintendo show, I'm buying off the bat. Like, I gotta have it. Microsoft and Sony have some games coming, and I'm probably going to buy like 6 games from Microsoft, 6 games from Sony. So I think overall there was a really strong showing. Not including Ubisoft, EA, and Bethesda. If I had to just do Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, I would give it 4 out of 5 Yoshi coins. There was a lot of things to enjoy about the conference. Very exciting for a lot of reveals. We got some new IPs coming out, some sequels. I think each press conference did a good job. Nintendo, there's some things that they could fix, but for it to be their first time doing straight live gameplay instead of a digital presentation, I think they could do better next year. But I think they did fine this year. I know it was a letdown. I think they're probably going to show more games. Hopefully when Index is revealed and released, we might get more presentation for their conference. So, but overall, I give it like a B+/4 out of 5 Yoshi coins. And with that, everybody, that is our show. Plugs. Starting with you, Tony. Where can we find you? What's been up?
I haven't been super active lately, but I'll get back on that again in the MVC Book Club. So yeah, just come join us on there and talk about games. I forgot what game we're playing this month, though. I'm not even playing it. SteamWorld. What's it called?
Codename Steam, man.
Codename Steam. Yeah, you see, I've been so inactive lately. Sorry. You can just go to the next guy.
Larry?
I'm on Facebook, where we would love for you to interact with us on our Facebook page. Beyond that, back on Xbox Live just recently. Catch me out there, Megatron0016. Other than that, mental note, now that I've got shit plugged in again, I will totally put up my friend code and Nintendo ID up on the Facebook page as well, too. And, that way you can, hook up with me there and we'll play some Splatoon. We need to make that happen.
Yay.
Yes.
Gotta get your inkling.
But
Yep, I've got my little, my Inkling amiibos and all that, actually.
There you go.
So,
Adrian, what's
Yeah,
up? How can we find you?
in my case, just find me near the on the nearest park bench because I'm always tired and I'm always looking for a place to rest. So you can find me there. No, I'm kidding. You can find me. Just follow my company at The First Machine. Go to thefirsmachine.com. Check Tuna Cycle. That it's every time that I said it's coming out soon, I feel like I'm lagging because it never is. I'm worse than Keiji Inafune. I've been delaying this game a lot more than Mighty Number 9. So yeah, I mean there's that. So no, yeah, just look for me up there. Join the NBC Video Game Book Club. Of course, we're playing Codename Steam. I just finished mission 5 today, and that was really cool. So I'm looking forward to beating this game for the discussion. So yeah.
All right, and you guys can find me on Twitter at thatretrocode, ThatRetrocode. I do another podcast called Optional Opinion, which you can find on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play. You also can find the World 1-1 podcast on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play. Just subscribe to Optional Opinion, and you'll get both podcasts. You can find me on Facebook under Edward Varnell. Join our Facebook page, World 1-1. Join us on the MVC Video Game Book Club. Email the show. Next week, we're going to be talking about futuristic racers. So we want to know what your guys' favorite game is and some other thoughts. You can email the show at world11podcast@gmail.com. That's WORLD 11 PODCAST @gmail.com. And then we'll be coming more with new episodes. We having our new segments and just everything. But we want to hear from you guys. Want to have discussions with you guys. So let us know. The Smash question is still coming, so we'll be talking about that like real soon. But for right now,
let's say 2 weeks when we get back to a regular format again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But with that, everybody, have a great week, have a great weekend, and we will talk to you later. We will see you next year, June 13th to June 17th for E3 2017. So with that, everybody, we are out. See ya.
Peace.
Bye.